Well, it's that time of the show. For those that have watched this, Sam, throw some questions my way. I got 3 minutes to answer them. Sometimes I get it right. Sometimes you guys don't agree with me. Either way, we're going to do it. It's the Daily 3. It's 3 questions, 3 minutes each. Take it away, Sam.
There is controversy in the golf world, Ron. LIV Golf, the Saudi-funded breakaway golf league, debuted yesterday in London. Dustin Johnson was playing. Phil Mickelson was playing. Handful of other PGA, I don't want to say stars because a number of them are kind of past their prime, but a number of other PGA members were in that tournament. The 17 that are involved have been suspended by the PGA Tour, and it's setting up a big stare down between the two leagues. We might go to court. There's going to be a lot of battles in the press and wars of words on social media. It's going to get ugly potentially. Ron, do you have any respect for the guys that broke away and went to the Saudi league with that Saudi money? Because it's obviously created a lot of controversy in the press.
This is the thing, man. Life, people have families. People got things they got to do. Now, granted, is it like a couple dollars more or is it millions more? And so for some of these guys to get the money they got just being in the league without having to win, without having to get a purse, like they're getting money just to leave. Like these are like becoming like contracts like the NBA now. Like, hey, we'll pay you. You don't have to go out there and win and get your tour card and all this stuff. We're just going to pay you because we know we can make the money back on the back end. So it almost feels like the NIL. Like seeing Herm Edwards this week and talking to him a little bit about the NIL and then hearing this story about these golfers, 17 getting suspended, but they're getting money up front to come play and be a part of this league. Feels a little NIL-ish. Like it's like, hey, let's pay these guys early. Purses, we'll keep the purse money. Like think about if guys got paid up front and then these tournaments just kept the money like that they were getting from sponsors, FedEx, whoever was going to run their tournament. Like you can make that money back because if you get 11 something million, I mean, some of these purses and total payouts, it's a lot. So you don't pay guys out as big because you're paying them to just play and be a part of your league and get TV money and get to be seen and get fans to buy tickets to want to be out there and, tickets to events to sign autographs and be a part of all these, big car companies that want to be, these foreign cars that want to really be a part of, like, I mean, all these companies that went to the PGA, they might start coming over. And that's why the PGA is, I think that suspending them is just, we're scared. Like, we don't want to water down our league or share. So you guys can't play with us anymore. Well, if everybody leaves, they're the sport. Like the PGA is not the sport. You're just the house. But if somebody leaves the house, it's no longer their house. Like if the Kardashians moved out of their house, those cameras in their house aren't still going to be watched. They're going to follow them. They're going to follow the Kardashians to their next house. Look at all these dudes that dated Kim Kardashian. Those cameras didn't stay with those guys like Chris Humphries and Reggie Bush. Like the camera's going to follow Kim. Like Kanye, people are like, oh, can't believe she's leaving Kanye. It's going to keep following her. Now, Kanye is getting followed as well, but not like her. Like, I don't know what it is, but they have it. Whatever it is, they have it. And so this is what this LIV feels like. It feels like an NIL. Feels like, one of those situations where you don't know who's going to stick with who and ratings. ESPN doesn't care. They're going to show both. They're going to talk about both. This is a story everybody's going to talk about. So, hey, I'm for it.
There's might be just enough pressure on the PGA for this to become a problem for them because it sounds like DeChambeau wants to join, Ricky Fowler wants to join, Patrick Reed. I mean, those are some serious American stars that are gonna draw eyeballs on the PGA or the LIV. If more and more people start defecting, it could be problematic. Now, I watched a couple minutes of the coverage yesterday. And I'll tell you, it's a little tough to watch. I mean, the field right now is so watered down. Yep. There's only a couple names, and it is a lot of nobody. Right. And the production's a little weak. It's not easy to watch right now. So I think they've got some work to do on the production, beefing up their broadcast and just getting bigger names because I didn't recognize like anyone in that field. Right. So they've still got a little work to do if they want to become a serious threat. But they've got endless money. They've got an endless reservoir of that Saudi money, so they'll be able to wait it out. Twins last night, they lose again, 10-7 against the Yankees. They had a chance to win that series, Ron, up 7-3. They were hitting homers all over the yard. and the Yankees rattle off 7 unanswered. They basically scored a touchdown on them to win 10-7. So, Ron, I get your thoughts on the Twins-Yankees series based on the way it went with a couple blown leads and obviously last night losing a 4-run lead. You disappointed with the way the Twins performed, or are you satisfied with the one win?
I'm satisfied with the woman. I said that. I said if they can get one, I think that's a victory. They did it. I thought they were going to lose all 3. Again, this is the Yankees. The Yankees are a really good team. I mean, they're a highly paid team. When you think about Aaron Judge and the size of some of these guys and the speed of the pitching, like it's the Yankees though. Like it's all the names that you've thought about, Rodriguez and Jeter, and like I said, it's Rivera. Like it's just the Yankees have always been like baseball. Like when you think about baseball, I go back to the Jerry Seinfeld episode, which is so funny that we never really actually saw George do anything with the Yankees, but he was already part of the Yankees somehow. And when you think about like just some of the comments that would happen in the show, where the minute he mentioned Yankees, everybody was like, what? Wait, who, where, what, when? You say, oh yeah, I work for the Twins. Oh, okay. Like it's not the same. And so the fact that like they were able to get one from like the top team, in my opinion, one of the top teams, I think that looks well. And even though they blew it, so let's think about baseball and softball. I don't look at it like basketball. Like basketball, you get up 20 and you lose, you just got beat. Baseball, you had some things not go your way. It's a little bit different. The fact they were able to get some big hits, put up 7 points on them, make people turn the TV on, because we all were watching like, wait, what? 7-3? To make people feel like, okay, it's Twins team. So now it's a mindset. Like now some of the things, like having a lead like that, it becomes a mindset that we are good. We are in first place. We are not the same team we were before. We are a team that's leading the division. We are a team that's going to be in the playoffs. We are a team that can win these tough games. We're a team that can beat the Yankees. We beat them once. I mean, think about if it was another one of those play-in situations where it's one game. They won that first game. Maybe that's enough mental fortitude that they got out of that. Like, look, guys, if we went to a one-game play-in, we can beat the Yankees and we can get there early, and then everybody's happy. Nobody wants to deal with Yankees in October. So I'm satisfied with it. I think they did what they had to do, and now it's time to move on.
Enough said there. Let's get an NBA Finals prediction for tonight. Game 4 in Boston. The Celtics can take a 3-1 lead if they win. The Warriors can tie it up 2-2 if they win. The Bet Online odds indicate that the Celtics are still 4-point favorites. Ron, who you got tonight?
Well, Herm Edwards said this to me yesterday. He said, don't make decisions based off emotions. You need to make calculated, educated decisions. I don't have to do that in this business. Like in sports, in business world, yeah. In this business, it's emotion. And that's the problem. My emotions right now are telling me it's the Celtics. Like the way they won that game, the way they fought off the Warriors, the way Draymond is going to the press now, talking about if this was the 80s and 90s, I could punch somebody in the face. I could be the real enforcer that I want to be. But now I can't be that. Now if I do it, I'm fined $1 million. Back in the day, they were fined $2. Bill Laimbeer. You called him out by name. Like, you know who you are, Bill Laimbeer. Like he literally like just called those old guys out. Like you used to punch guys in the face. You could beat guys up. You could throw guys to the ground for coming through the lane. Because I think a reporter, and I'm not sure the actual question, I just saw the sound bite, but I think the question was maybe like, did you guys get bullied or were you bullied? And that's where he's like, no. But he's like, at the same time, I can't fight back. Like if they push me or they're pushing my guys or they land on Steph Curry, like I can't fight them. I can't punch them in the face for landing on Steph Curry and maybe hurting them. That's where, he was like, no, like it's just a different era. Like I can't do it. Some things that weren't called flagrant fouls were. So this is where I go with that. I just feel like they're scrambling. Nobody's really talking about the game itself. But the Celtics just have that mental edge right now. They're at home. But maybe the Warriors, that us against the world mentality comes back that they've always had, and they could tie this up. But if they go down 3-1, it's over. The Celtics are going to win this. And again, I could be wrong. We could turn around. They're down 3-1. They come back and win this thing 4-3. Hey, great talkers, great TV. But no, I think that would be tough. Even if they get game 5 and they go 3-2, the Celtics are going to come back home and close it out. But again, who knows? This is basketball. But emotionally, I feel like it's the Celtics right now. They have me.
I'm going to go Warriors by 2. I'm just trying to wish it into existence. And I got to see what the crowd does tonight, because the Warriors actually, spoke out about the hostility of the crowd.
Yep.
And from what I know about Boston, they're only going to ratchet it up even higher. They're going to be more hostile, and make that a pretty tough environment to play. So I'll be watching the antics in the crowd and to see how the Warriors react to that. That's my number one storyline.